3 years after the release date of Death Stranding, I finally decided to try it after it got released on Xbox PC Game Pass. People say that Death Stranding is either a boring walking and career simulator or one of the masterpiece games ever. But after playing it for 10 hours now while streaming on Twitch, I feel like I need to tell you what is my experience of playing this chill, engaging and funny game. I will explain more in the video why I feel that way. So, is Death Stranding worth playing in 2022 or is it worth playing for the first time player? I will share my thoughts about the game. I never played older Hideo Kojima's game before, so I don't know what to expect and went completely blind. My first impressions of the game are that the graphics or visuals are insanely beautiful. From the start of the game, it feels like straight out of a movie, and when you are finally in control, the quality feels the same as the cutscenes. The world is really beautiful. To be honest, the early cutscenes where they introduce the invisible enemies called BT are almost make me too scared to play the game. They portrayed the BT in a really tense and suspenseful way, with some jump scares here and there. The game feels kinda philosophical at first, with me trying to figure out what kind of metaphor that Kojima trying to tell me. But as the time goes on, there are a lot of different aspects of gameplay and storytelling that feel like it's a great combination of a chill explorative game with some suspense moments against the enemies and some parts where it's supposed to be deep, but the delivery is just straight up comedy. And I feel that Kojima intentionally doing it. In the first hour, you will get to know that you are basically a courier in an apocalyptic world. Here's my stupid summary of the game, which I think captivates well the points that I said before about the aspects of the game. Your character name is Sam Porter Bridges, which literally translated to what his role in this game: to deliver cargoes as a porter, which will connect the whole America into one big nation again. Basically, you establishing bridges between the cities. In this world, there are invisible monsters called BT. BT is a monster that was created after someone died. So basically, when someone died, you must cremate them, or else it will summon this big black ink full of monsters and end up exploding into a crater. To detect the BT, because they are invisible, you have to use a drone arm attached to your shoulder. And to power this arm, you need a BB, literally a baby. When the baby gets too stressed, it will shut down and you need to recharge the baby into an artificial womb in your private room. So the baby is basically a battery for the drone arm to detect the invisible BT monsters. Feeling that the game is kinda ridiculous so far? Meet the NPC's name: Deadman, Die Hardman, literally a woman called Mother. They will ask you to connect cities back into a big United Nation of America again. How you ask? By using a tool called Cupid and making them connected into something called a chiral network. We started as a courier, now we become an internet technician. Basically, we are establishing internet across the country. So far, I make sound like I'm making fun of Death Stranding, but I actually enjoyed the whole absurdity package in a chill explorative game with also a good pacing, in my opinion. The first 3 hours are done nicely. The amount of walking is enough and not too much, then the cutscenes are good and not too long. And gradually you will find more and more game mechanics that will gradually give variety to your gameplay. From walking to riding a motorcycle, from running from BT to fighting them with bombs made by your urine and poop. I'm not even joking. And the introduction of one of my favorite features of the game. It's called Social Strand System. Social Strand System is basically an online feature of the game, which make the game a lot more interesting in my opinion. So whenever you successfully establish a connection from a certain area, you'll also unlock the online feature. I mean literally in real life online feature for that area. You can use some ladders that are placed by other players. You can use the climbing rope that is left behind. You can see some signs from other players that will tell you something about the area or just to cheer you up. You can also participate by donating materials for bridges construction. Basically, the game feels like Elden Ring with its online messages from other players, but instead of just messages, you can actually help them and being helped by them by placing and building stuff in the world. If something that you place help others, they will give you likes for it. So far, I don't really understand what it's like for, but I assume it's basically like XP points in gaming, I guess. One of the things that I don't like from Death Stranding so far is actually in the combat difficulty. PT and terrorists feel really intimidating at first, but after you realize that you can just punch enemies mindlessly and wrap them up with ropes easily, it became much less intimidating. When you unlock a bomb made by your blood, PT can easily defeat it by it. Maybe the difficulty will get better later, but for now the combat difficulty feels lacking for me. This is not literally a bad thing though, because after realizing that, I can approach the game in a more relaxing way, especially with the dead serious comedy kind of approach. Another thing that I don't like is the game's mechanic progression. After unlocking the motorcycle, it becomes obviously easier to deliver stuff and explore, but also somehow make me less immersed in the game. The feeling of just walking, looking for a better path to walk, controlling your body balance, managing the cargo, or just becoming a human tower to make your life difficult are just vanish when you can just press a button to easily ride the motorcycle. Thankfully, this problem got addressed later when you unlock an exoskeleton legs. Basically, you're back walking again, but with the help of technology. It's pretty cool. So, here are my final thoughts about Death Stranding. Things that I like. The gameplay is surprisingly really fun and relaxing, a good combination of a chill explorative game with some tense moments. The story is in a fine line between philosophical and also ridiculous. You can try to figure out the metaphors, but also able to turn off your brain and just enjoy the moments. Graphics and visual are insanely beautiful. I hope I can upgrade my PC strong enough to play the game in 4K someday. It looks realistic. The online feature is great, makes the game unique, and feels like a good combination of a single player game but with a multiplayer aspect from it. Things that I don't like. The combat difficulty is low. As time goes, I don't feel any threat from engaging with the enemies, but in a way makes the game more relaxing. The game mechanic progression kinda make me become less immersed in the game, especially the first introduction of the motorcycle, but thankfully it gets better later with the exoskeleton thingy. So, is Death Stranding worth to play in 2022? Yes, I think so. I feel like I'm the target market for this game. I enjoy it a lot so far. Death Stranding feels like a game made with creative freedom while also still holding AAA value with the insane graphics and cutscenes. It feels like a love letter from Hideo Kojima and definitely worth playing. If you enjoyed this video, I think you will also enjoy this video that I picked for you. Let me know what games will I play next time in the comment below. And don't forget to follow my Twitch to watch me play some more games. Thanks for watching.